What are you doing?
Like, oh my god.
I don't even know what's going on.
Don't forget there are gift cards available at RitaYanez.com.
Hi there, Cancer. This is your monthly reading for the month of December 2015. Happy holidays. I'm looking forward to giving you some great information. For you guys, it's actually going to be really nice. The atmosphere of the world, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for the beginning of the month is really not a big deal for your age group. It's more of a problem for the adults in that they're feeling kind of low in their cycle, or they're about to figure out where they're low. You know, for them, it's probably going to be a mixture of problems with the relationship that they thought was more than it was, and with a job, they're not as appreciated as they thought they were, where you guys are actually coming off better, because in your age group, the Wheel of Fortune is going to represent more of you guys getting ready to come up to the top. So you're already on your way up, and really this card should have been more or less positioned sideways to show you that you're about to come right back up to the top of a cycle, and it's not going to be difficult as it is for the adults, right? You guys are young, you don't have kids, you won't have kids until your 30s, probably at the earliest. You have degrees to finish in college, so I'm not even worried about you guys. So with this kind of a card's influences, if you're just feeling a little bit low as a month starts out, it is transitory, it is not permanent, it will come and go in a matter of hours. It's going to be much easier for you guys. Now, week 2 is a little bit weird because we've got the Four of Cups energy with you. I'm not going to say that right across the board it's going to be easier than it is for the adults, but for you guys, the energy is more like boredom, less apathy, less wishing for things in the past that can't be recreated in the present, less making mistakes that are identical as they were before, but the element is still there. So the thing that's important for you to do approximately week 2, right before that new moon on the 11th, is for you guys to start thinking about what it is that you really want to do with the next phase of your life, not stage, not with your future. That's right out there in the peripheral. But for you guys, obviously, it's going to be where the bigger decisions are happening in college. Those of you that are going into college here soon for the next period, well, then that's fine, because you can even change your mind 40 times about your major. It's very hard to get to a point where you can't transfer credits. You might have to take some extra things, or you took too many things before you decided what major you wanted. But you see how inconsequential in the grand scheme of things that those decisions are. Yeah, if you decided you didn't want to be a dentist and you're really going into internship, now we got a problem, because there's a lot of time invested at that point, but really it's not such a big deal. Just think about, what do I want to do next year in terms of 2016? What do I want to do next winter in terms of 2016 winter? Not rest of my life kind of consideration. So snap out of it. Don't stay there too long. It's not such a big deal. Week 3, Knight of Wands in reverse. The biggest problem that you might face is if you're dating somebody that you think you met and they seem to be single, they're probably not. Now, if they tell you that they're not into a committed relationship at this time, fine, because then there really are no expectations beyond that. Nobody's tying each other down. Probably isn't any intimacy beyond maybe a peck on the cheek anyway. So, okay. I don't think anybody should be making a decision about who they want to marry and who they want to have babies with in 30 freaking years. It isn't going to work that way with you guys. It's going to be more, like I said, of a lighter, more normal kind of dating than what the adults are going to make some mistakes up there. You guys, it really isn't going to be that way. So for you guys, consider that how about this? I'll make it easy. You're friending, not dating. You're getting to know people. You're not running out getting some crazy ideas that at 18 years old you'd be married. That's already insane. So just continue to have fun with the people you get to meet. For those of you that are already dating people that are going steady for a while, keep doing what you're doing. If something changes, if something comes up, it won't be like you'll know where it's coming from anyway. So enjoy your holidays the way you are now. Obviously the bigger problem is going to be for people that are getting to know new people that they didn't know or hadn't dated before. This is where these issues where it could be you, it's more likely them, especially if they're a fire sign, that other person is not going to really be true blue. I think you're dealing with somebody who might be a player. With that said, if you don't have expectations, then who cares? Week 4, we've got the 5 of Pentacles, and this is where you could be feeling a little bit out in the cold in terms of a friendship, or that you couldn't be with the one parent or the other, or you couldn't be with your grandparents. You'd prefer that over your parents, or that you wanted to be with your friends for Christmas or vice versa, and it didn't work out that way. This for you guys isn't really going to be about being left out on a doorstep somewhere. This is really more about not being able to do or be with the people or do the things that you wanted to during this holiday season. So relax, as my dad used to say. Week 5 with the devil card, we just have here a little bit of a warning that comes with the type of admonition the devil always has. Don't come here. Don't give in to this. Don't be drinking. Don't get involved with people that smoke dope, because it's really not going to help you out. When you all get picked up collectively, thrown into the back of the clink can, you're in the paddy wagon heading down for the drunk tank or something. So just stay out of those environments, which you shouldn't be in anyway. If you're with a group of friends and they start drinking and carrying it on and just being stupid, then you need to feign explosive diarrhea and get the hell out of there. If somebody's trying to pressure you into doing something that isn't what you want to do, don't do it. Stand up for yourself and you'll be fine. Cancer has difficulty standing up for themselves, and it isn't because you guys are weak. It's because you guys are just very gentle. So remember, if you can't stand up for your own ass, who will? Probably nobody. I mean, your family will probably always be there for you, but not after, not without getting into a load of trouble if you ended up in the wrong crowd or somebody was drinking alcohol. And you know what? Alcohol just makes people stupid. I even as an adult can tell you, I have drank before. I spent a lot of time drinking. And so I can tell you that it really wasn't fun. It was fun for like the first couple of years when I was about 21, 22. Then when I decided to have a baby with my husband at 26, it was like that was all out the window because I was nursing for 4 years. And then within about a year or two, I was divorced, remarried, having 2 more kids, all in the span of about 10 years. And I could tell you it really was not the highlight of my life. I, prefer that if somebody's going to crack open a bottle of champagne to toast me, we've already done this before. I'll show up on your yacht if you've got a case of Martinelli's sparkling cider in every flavor, because I don't ever know which flavor I want. And people accommodate me because they know I don't want to drink. I really don't mind if other people are drinking, but as soon as they get all stupid, and then I make sure not to be in the redneck areas where people are going to get like drunk and weapons are involved or dead shit. You know what I mean? I just get out of there. So make sure that you do that for yourself, because there's nobody who's ever going to be your straightest, most strong, most outspoken advocate for yourself but you. And the sooner you learn in life that picket fences, baby carriages, and marriages are wonderful fantasies for way off in the distant future, 20 years from now, because you really need to be somewhere in your 30s to even know if you're done with your schooling, your internships, if you're ready to really settle down and buy a home, which requires money, which requires a careers anyway. Flipping burgers at McDonald's is fun for a part-time job, and it is what some people have to do to support themselves, and there's nothing demeaning about that. Look, worse is when people take off their clothes for a living, okay? And even then I say, well, are they trying to support babies and to not end up in the hands of some drunken boyfriend or something? Yeah. That sometimes happens, but with a lot of pre-planning, with keeping your eyes open, with staying sane, with staying sober, with staying straight, with staying true to the one love and passion you should have for approximately 5 years to a decade or more. Your passion should be education, and that happens in college, my dear. That's where the real parties are at. Anyway, let me tell you something. And no, not everybody is drunk, really. It's more about having fun and being free and wild and educated and fun, and that's where people come out to be attorneys. I'm not kidding you. I know people that were party people in college, and they are now some of the finest attorneys ever. So have fun, Cancer, and enjoy your holiday parties.